This is Dr. Levi with your show, The Dr. Levi Show. Well, we talked a lot this morning about the law of attraction, about really how to expand your life to have greater life, greater fulfillment, greater love, greater goodness, greater prosperity. All these basic metaphysical tenets of how to really live a fulfilled life of joy and goodness, and how to have love and greatness in your heart. And speaking about heart today, we have a wonderful guest on today, Dr. Cynthia Tyke. We'll be talking to her about her book. We'll be talking to her about her life and her journey here of how she became a cardiologist and how she was inspired to write this wonderful book that we'll talk about shortly. Let me tell you about the book. The book by Dr. Tyke is entitled Your Vibrant Heart, Restoring Health, Strength, and Spirit from the Body's Core. It's a must-have. If you really want to have a wonderful read and a book that will really give you an idea about how to make life work for you and how to have a really healthy heart, this is your manual for it. Well, with our guest today, she can really tell us about enjoying life and really about opening your heart center, opening your heart chakra, and really embracing goodness in your life. Welcome to the show, Dr. Cynthia Tyke. How are you?
I'm good, Dr. Levi.
We so enjoy having you on the show. It's so wonderful now that when you were on the show before, you're in the process of writing the book. We were talking about the book, talking about someone to do the foreword for you, and all of that stuff, and now it's done. So congratulations, you're an author.
Thank you.
How does it feel?
Oh, it feels great.
But you've done it. I'm
Yeah.
really so happy and so proud of you. So
Thank you.
let's talk about the book. And before we talk about that, you work here in Los Angeles as a cardiologist. Actually, you're a Harvard-trained cardiologist, correct?
Yes.
Now, how long have you been here in Los Angeles?
Oh, I've been here probably 15 years now.
Quite
in
a
Los
bit.
Angeles. Yes.
Quite a bit. And what made you choose cardiology? Because there's so many things to choose from in medicine. What made you choose cardiology as a reference point to be of service?
A couple of things. I remember my experience in when I was a medical student. I got to be in the operating room of a cardiac surgeon.
Yes.
And I got to hold a heart. And I'll tell you, that was the most amazing thing.
It must have been.
Yeah. To have this organ that is pumping life.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Pumps. And without that, there is no life.
No,
Yeah, no matter what organ, if without the heart, you're done.
that's right.
Tell us about your patient. Which type of patient do you take care of here in Los Angeles?
Well, I see everyone, both for general medicine, but mostly for cardiac. Everything from the risk factors, high blood
Yes.
pressure, diabetes, cholesterol management. But a lot of patients come to see me with chest pain, palpitations.
Yes.
Heart disease is the number one leading cause of death among both men and women.
Yes.
And so I always tell my clients, you gotta be mindful about that.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Here on the show, we often talk about the importance of understanding that we are what we think and we are what we eat. Our bodies are wonderful mechanisms, but it's important that we love our bodies, and it's important that we, do what we can to minimize alcohol use, to not smoke, to exercise regularly, and to eat a diet that is heart healthy.
That's
It's really
right.
important to do that.
Absolutely.
Well, let's talk about your book. I just want to say congratulations again. This is the book, everyone. Beautifully written, beautifully illustrated. Again, it's Dr. Cynthia's Your Vibrant Heart, Restoring Health, Strength, and Spirit from the Body's Core. I just love it. Tell us about the title. How did you come up with this title?
Well, I wanted to come up with a title that talks about health. Okay,
Yes.
I mean, it's a book about cardiology, but as a profession, so often we're disease centric,
Absolutely.
symptom centric, and so. But this book is not so much about disease; it's about health.
Yes.
About heart health and vibrancy in life.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. And what are the 10 principles, let's say 5 principles of the book that are really the epitome and essence of the book?
Yeah. Well, the book reads somewhat like a manual almost,
Yes.
of how to have a whole life approach to health.
Yes.
For me, it's important to know the actual disease of heart health.
Of course.
And so it covers that as a topic in terms of the actual diseases and the risk factors for heart disease.
Right.
But then it switches immediately thereafter to how do you maintain that, both in terms of the physical heart, covering nutrition,
Yes.
exercise, detoxification.
Yes.
But then it switches to the topics that I really love, which
Right.
is caring for your emotional heart.
Absolutely.
I love the word playfulness,
Yes.
laughter,
Yes.
love, excitement.
Right.
And so those are really important. And then the mental heart, as you talk about the law of attraction, how we think,
Yes.
how what we feel, how we act.
Absolutely.
It controls everything, controls the very fabric of our being.
It really does.
Yeah.
It really
Yeah.
does.
And then
I think a book like this really gives everyone a guide to think about not only their heart health, but their full emotional health. This book, I really hope everyone invests in the book. The book is an investment in this book is an investment in yourself. What I love the fact that you really address the fact that it's not just the heart, but you're treating the whole person.
that's
The
right.
heart is center, but the whole person is just as important.
That's right. I mean, you need a whole life approach to health. If there's imbalance in your relationship, how you're feeling with your work,
Yes.
if you're stressed about money,
Right.
that's all going to impact. And so for me, even more important than health, but closely tied to health, is having peace,
Absolutely.
inner peace, being able to manage stress. Stress is always going to exist in our life, in our environment. But the key is to know that your health, your peace
Yes.
resides in you.
Absolutely.
Okay, you cannot. So many of us are being, exterior centric.
Absolutely.
You're dependent on the environment.
Yes.
How someone's treating me.
Yes.
How my work is going.
Yes.
No, peace and health resides in yourself.
I,
And
lo-
that's
I
the
love
key.
that, Dr. Tyke, because as you say that, it reminds me of the fact that when we're talking to someone and someone says, oh, that person made me feel badly, well, you can either react or respond,
Right.
but how we feel comes from the inside out. So no one can make us feel a certain way. They may say something to us, but what they say does not control our emotions. We control them if we understand our emotions.
Absolutely. The thing that I always teach my client, probably the number one important life mastery skill is noticing what you're noticing.
Yes.
Really, I like to say, be that little angel that sits on
Yes.
your
Yes.
shoulder,
Yes.
and just notice, and have an awareness.
Right.
And with awareness and being present in that moment
Right.
comes everything.
Absolutely. And I think, again, you remind us to live in the present, to be grateful for what you have right now, period.
Absolutely.
I just love it. We're here this morning with Dr. Cynthia Tyke. Her book, Your Vibrant Heart, will make your heart more vibrant. So consider this as an investment in yourself. I really love these tenets of really getting healthy, and getting healthy, as you're stating so wonderfully, from the inside out. That's the ticket here. What we eat, what we think, what we do
Mm-hmm.
really is a projection of how healthy our hearts are. But more importantly, as you said, well, our mental heart, our physical heart, our emotional heart.
Yeah. And our spiritual heart.
Oh, the spirit, spiritual, that's number one.
Yes,
That,
absolutely.
without that, we're in an abyss of reaction and not in a place of true joy.
Yeah.
How can we be? I want to say this. How did you choose the word vibrant for heart? Because I love, that's one of my favorite words, actually.
Yeah. I'll tell you, when we were looking at the title, we went through many words.
Did you really?
Yes, absolutely. And so I literally went through the alphabet. So I thought, and so you can see, V is very.
Is at the end. Well,
But when I got to there, it immediately I could tell.
Oh no,
that
I
was
just
it.
so admire you, and I love the book, and I think it will really give people an insight into checking in where their heart is today. Where are you right now with respect to your heart health, with the playfulness of your life? Where are you with respect to your diet, exercise, smoking, drinking, using drugs, all those things that we know can be damaging for the heart? Are you taking it into consideration to be healthier, to be more health conscious? That's what the book is about.
That's absolutely. And I try to be gentle to my patients. I'm not very dogmatic
Yes.
in my approach.
You're not preachy, which I love about
yeah.
the book. It's not saying do, because
That's right.
then as adults, often when someone preaches to us, we will say, okay, not for me. But you present it in such a loving, kind, heartfelt way
Yes.
that I think it's easily digestible for everybody.
Thank you. Yeah.
Just very, very well done. It
Thank
really
you.
is. Now, what's on the horizon with respect to the book signings? I want to hear about those. I like to share that with our listeners and viewers. And also, I want to know about what about the second book? What's coming up next? I want to hear about that.
Absolutely. So as far as the book signing, the book launches on February 4th.
And where will it
Okay.
be?
So it'll be in all the different bookstores,
Fantastic.
but in terms of the book signings, I'm going to be in Barnes and Noble, first in Glendale on February 7th, which is National Wear Red Day.
Absolutely, it
Yep.
is.
And then I'll be in Burbank at the Barnes and Noble on February 10th, the Monday, and then in Santa Clarita on the 19th.
Fantastic. So February 7th, February 10th, and February 19th.
Yes.
February 7th, she'll be at the Barnes & Noble in Glendale. February 10th, she'll be at the Barnes & Noble in Pasadena. And February 4th...
In Burbank.
In Burbank, excuse me. In Burbank. And the 14th of February... The 19th of February... Let's do this again because I want to make sure we get all this right, everyone. Let's tell us about it again, Dr. Tyke. So let's go through this. Okay, everyone, listen up. So on the 7th of February, 7 to 9 p.m., which is National Wear Red Day, Dr. Tyke will be at the Barnes & Noble in Glendale, California. All right, and that's at 210 Americana Way at the beautiful Americana. It's a great place to do some shopping if you like. And then on Monday, the 10th of February, 7 to 9, she'll be at the Barnes & Noble in Burbank at 731 North San Fernando Boulevard, Burbank, California. And then on Wednesday, the 19th of February, which is interesting, it's 1 month from my birthday, from my 29th birthday, she'll be at the Barnes & Noble in Santa Clarita from 7 to 9 p.m., and that's at 23630 Valencia Boulevard in Santa Clarita. All right? And then I'd also like you to consider going to Dr. Tyke's website. The website is drcynthia.com. Really easy. drcynthia.com. Or you can go to her at www.yourvibrantheart.com. So you have all the ways to get in contact with this really wonderful professional who's really about reminding us all to live a heartfelt, heart-healthy, heart-conscious life. She really is about that.
And the other thing that I want to make sure your listeners
Yes, Dr.
know is that for National Heart Month, the month that the book launches, I'm going to be donating all my proceeds to the American Heart Association and the Alliance for a Healthier Generation. And we, just through pre-orders and sponsorship, we have over $10,000 already raised.
You're just wonderful.
Thank you.
Again, how wonderful Dr. Tyke is giving away the proceeds of the book this month of February, I should say. Just I can't say anything, but I admire you, and I am grateful that you took the time to come on the show. I think books like yours and people who live the great life of service that you live teach us all to be better human beings, because having you as part of this ocean of humanity expands us all to want to reach for and to be better people. So I thank you for your contribution to humanity. I thank you for being the great, personable, wonderful physician that you are, because, there are a lot of physicians. There aren't a lot of great physicians. There are a lot of people. There aren't a lot of great people. So people like you remind me to reach higher, to work more, to play more, and to be more loving, more giving, and more forgiving. So I thank you for having that impact on me personally, and I thank you for being who you are.
Thank you.
I really mean that.
Yeah, I agree. I think that it's so important to live with purpose.
Yes, authentic purpose.
Yes, absolutely. And so many people are, in jobs that are maybe not, doesn't hold meaning for them, right? And you can succeed by that.
Right.
You can survive.
Right.
And so many people are just surviving,
yes.
Just barely above that threshold.
Yes.
And in order to really soar and sail, and I think have spirit in your heart, you need to have a purpose,
absolutely.
A mission. Yeah.
I love
that.
And
one of service, too.
Absolutely, because I think when we live a life of passion, service, and authentic purpose, everything comes together. But I think, as you said so wonderfully and so well, is that if you're just living to survive or get by, then you're existing,
Yes.
but you're not living.
That's
And
right.
life is for living.
That's right.
And I think it's so important for us to paint the canvas of our lives with bright, brilliant, vibrant
Vibrant.
colors, you know, because like that, our heart can shine forth and we
Yes.
can live with greater purpose. We can live with a real sense of authentic purpose and passion.
Yes.
You know, you and I, we love what we do. We love people. We love giving. We love waking up knowing that our lives will have some positive impact on someone and that someone will have a positive impact on us for the day. So I think your book will really, it'll be a life changer for many, many, many people because your life is a life changer for many of us.
Yeah.
So I thank you for that.
I hope so. I really wrote this book out of love, number one, and service.
Yes,
Yeah. And I think that it has a ability to really change lives, total life, whole life,
absolutely.
not just the health, but I always like to say, health, happiness, and peace.
I
Those
love
those
it.
are the three
I
things.
love it. And with
Yeah.
health, a healthy, happy, vibrant heart, then you're on your way to getting that. And as you said so well, is that if we live a life of passion, purpose, and service, we're on our way to greatness and
Absolutely.
living and not surviving and not existing.
Yeah.
You know, earlier when you said when people are just getting by, it made me think of when I have patients who have had cancer challenges and they come through and they say, oh, well, I'm a cancer survivor. I always tell them, please don't use that word. You're not just a survivor. Survivor means you just eked by. You just got over the cliff. I remind them to consider thinking you're a cancer victor. You are victorious over cancer because you beat it.
Yeah.
It's not just getting through. You want to not just squeak by. You want to live in a place of authentic victory.
Yeah.
And I think your book reminds people to live in a place of authentic, vibrant, invincible victory.
Yeah. You know, celebrate the success.
Absolutely.
Celebrate success and
Absolutely.
love yourself.
Yes.
We spend, to me, recognizing, how we think about ourselves, our
Yes.
self-image is
Yes.
so critical.
Absolutely.
And I always tell people, take the littlest of things and add energy to that.
Yes.
Okay,
Yes.
because that energy, that positive vibration really cellularizes in your body and propels you to more and more and more.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And I think about that with respect to gratitude. I think I told this to a patient yesterday. We were talking, and she said something that was a little negative and a little inappropriate. And I said, well, think about something today that you're grateful for.
Yeah.
I said, because gratefulness begets more gratefulness. I said, you can think of one thing you're grateful. And she said, like what? I said, like the breath you just took. I said, think about that. I said, so if you can be grateful for one thing, you can hopefully multiply that little gratitude into greater gratitude. And greater gratitude will come back to you. And you'll have greater love and appreciation for every day. And she said, well, why is that? I said, well, because you want to feel good about you. I said, because you take you wherever you go.
Yeah.
Not me.
Right.
You. You wake up with you every day. So why not wake up with a wonderful, loving, grateful person?
Yeah.
It's so easy, I think.
Yeah.
It truly is.
I have this practice that I do with my children.
Yes.
I learned it actually from my mentor, Mary Morrissey. But what are you grateful for?
Yes.
Name one thing you're grateful for. What are you proud of?
Yes.
And then sending loving kindness. And what I actually do with my children is not only what are they proud of, but what are they proud of each other. And,
Very powerful.
and the one thing I love about
Yes.
their brother, their sister,
I love it.
themselves.
Beautiful.
Yeah, and then the I am statement.
That's
so
the most
critical.
powerful.
So critical.
Oh, yeah, the I am.
Yeah.
That is, that's part of my morning meditation. I am the I am. And then I go from there to I am service. I am infinite gratitude. I am infinite peace. I am infinite health. I am infinite appreciation. I go through my whole dialogue of that. And that's the I am is the most powerful statement. It truly is.
Absolutely. And it connects people like us.
Yes, it does.
we're all vibrational energy. This
Absolutely.
whole world
Absolutely.
is, and um, you can feel the palpable energy
Absolutely.
of
Of other
two
people.
positive people
Yes,
sitting
yes,
next to each
yes,
other.
yes.
Yeah.
Like begets more of the same,
Yes.
and we attract what we are.
Yes.
So, speaking of law of attraction, we attracted the wonderful, amazing, awesome, and of course, extremely cellularly vibrant Dr. Cynthia Tyke here today. We're so blessed to have her in the studio. I want to remind you, this is her book, Dr. Cynthia Tyke, Your Vibrant Heart, Restoring Health, Strength, and Spirit from the Body's Core. She is a Harvard trained cardiologist, a friend here of the show, an extremely wonderful, caring, giving, and vibrationally and spiritually elevated human being. We're lucky to have her on the planet with us. She is an example of how to give more, how to love more, how to be more. Any closing statements, Dr. Tyke? Anything you want to tell us more about the book? Then I want to review where you're going to be for the book signing.
Yeah.
You have the mic.
Um, enjoy life. Live life to the fullest. Know that your health comes from within. Listen to your inner guide.
Yes.
Connect with your inner guide. Know yourself as best you can and love yourself.
Absolutely.
That's my message.
I love that statement, love yourself, because we take ourselves where we go.
Yes,
We really do.
absolutely.
Yeah. I want to thank Dr. Cynthia Tyke for being here. I want to review this with everyone today. Again, on the 7th of February, which is National Wear Red Day, Dr. Tyke will be at the Barnes& Noble in Glendale, California, which is right down the street from my office, actually, at 210 Americana Way in Glendale. And then on the 10th of February, she'll be at Barnes& Noble in Burbank, again from 7 to 9 p.m. It's at 731 North San Fernando Boulevard in Burbank, California. And then on Wednesday, February 19th, from 7 to 9, she'll be at the Barnes& Noble in Santa Clarita at 23630 Valencia Boulevard in Santa Clarita. Her websites are drcynthia.com as well as yourvibrantheart.com. And she can be reached via Twitter, YouTube, Facebook. She's available. She's here to be of greater service. Uh, you're just awesome, Dr. Tyke.
And if I could mention, since you
course.
talked about playfulness, I
Yes.
just there's a blog that I just posted on Huffington Post on laughter.
Did you really?
Yes, and so have everybody
Fantastic.
go and check that out.
Please check out Dr. Tyke on the Huffington Post. Again, her blog today was on laughter. How perfect. You want to have a vibrant heart? Laugh your way to vibrancy. This is your doctor, Dr. Levi Harrison, with our awesome and most vibrant guest, Dr. Cynthia Tyke, with her book, Your Vibrant Heart. This is a pathway to greater you. Everybody, hi, this is your doctor, Dr. Levi, with your show, The Dr. Levi Show. Take a breath, because we just was she absolutely stunning? Dr. Cynthia Tyke. This lady really shows us how to be better human beings. She's about service. She's about us understanding the healthiness of our hearts. She's about allowing us to know that we want to connect our heart life with our emotional life, with our spiritual life, to our physical life. She said it in such a gracious, wonderful way that everything is connected and that healing comes from within on a cellular level. And of course, she talked about energy. You know, myself as a metaphysician as well as a physician, I love talking about energy because, again, Dr. Tyke said it so extremely well. That is, we're all energy. We're all vibration. In the universe, we're all here vibrating together. We're all interconnected. No one's better than no one else. No one's of any higher ilk than anybody else. We're all here together in this wonderful, eclectic sea of humanity to do what? To be of greater service. To do what? To love more. To do what? To live a wonderful, extraordinary life. An extraordinary life of passion, purpose, service, gratitude, and appreciation. That's why we're here. And this book by Dr. Tyke, it epitomizes that. This is a roadmap to how you can have a healthier heart, a healthier life, and a healthier psyche. That's the key. You want everything connected together. This book gives us a roadmap to do that. This book, again, is entitled Your Vibrant Heart by Dr. Cynthia Tyke. Restoring Health. I love the title. Restoring Health, Strength, and Spirit from the Body's Core. What she's reminding us is that healing and health comes from the inside out. That healing is a cellular process that first comes from our vibrational acuity, from vibrating with source, from vibrating with God. Not God as I believe it or as how I interpret it, with God how you believe it, how you interpret that. It could be God with respect to being Jesus, or Buddha, or Muhammad, or Krishna, whatever you believe, whatever works for you in your life. For me, this book, it just gives us an opportunity to really understand the power of our hearts, of how this organ works, and why it's so important to keep it as healthy as possible. Guess what? You only get one. That's if you don't get a transplant, I'm saying. You only want your heart, though. You want to keep your heart as happy and as healthy as possible. So from this well-trained Harvard cardiologist, Dr. Cynthia Tyke, again, I recommend her book. It will give you peace, joy, and greater vibrancy in your life. That's what it's about. Well, we had our word of the week. Our word of the week was playfulness. And I love the fact that Dr. Tyke on the Huffington Post just posted on her blog there a blog about laughter. Because we all know in medicine that our patients that are filled with laughter and joy, who come in happy, they heal often better than the ones who are more negative. We see it all the time. We see the patients that come in with the attitude that I want to get better, that I will be better, that surgery will go well, that I'll be fantastic after this. I'll get back to being just the way I was before surgery. These are the people that do well. The people that come in with laughter. I have a patient that comes with a joke for me all the time. It's a pretty nasty joke sometimes, so I can't repeat any of those to you, but they're funny. And I love seeing him because I know when he comes in, he's going to first say, "Okay, hey, Dr. Levi, close the door. I have a good one for you today." It'll be some really off-colored, terrible, horrific, nasty joke, but it'll be funny. And I know that when he comes in, and he's going through his cancer challenge right now, he never talks about it. And he always says, well, I don't talk about the cancer because I don't want to give it any more energy. I love that statement. When he says that, I always look at him and he says, what are you looking at? I say, I'm just looking at the joy that you have. He says, really? I say, I look at your aura. I look at the peace that you have when you say that, because he says it not to impress me. He says it because he's living this place of cancer-free living. He's one of my favorite patients. I have a lot of patients. I have a lot of patients whom I really love, but he's really one of my favorites. Oh yeah, he's one of my favorites. Whenever I think of him, I get emotionally charged up because he's someone who never complains. He looks at life through really that old adage, through rose-colored glasses. He does that. He looks at life as the glass is always half filled. He's really a wonderful human being. He's like Dr. Tyke, who was here with us earlier. She's about reminding us to live a vibrant life. She's about reminding us to be healthy. She's about reminding us to know and understand that our life of passion and service and purpose will give more gratitude to other people around us. I just love having people on like Dr. Tyke because it gives me a vibrational push. It elevates me and it reminds me to remind you to feel good about you wherever you are, and remind you that healing comes from the inside out. Use the laws of attraction. Use this book by Dr. Tyke, Your Vibrant Heart, to really go to a place of greater understanding about your heart, about health, about happiness, about your emotional well-being, about the well-being of your psyche, and about the well-being of your family. This is a book that can be applied to your family, because guess what? Everybody in your family that you're sitting at the table with, everybody there has a heart. So why not have one that's healthy and happy and vibrant? Think about that. So I want to remind you once again to see Dr. Tyke. She's going to be February 7th at Barnes & Noble in Glendale, February 10th, Barnes & Noble in Burbank, and February 19th at the Barnes & Noble in Santa Clarita. Well, this is Dr. Levi, your doctor I love being here with you. I'm grateful that you take the time to sit here and look at my mug on camera with you. I hope it doesn't scare you. And I appreciate you so very much. So have a great week. And remember your Dr. Levi week from Wednesday through Wednesday. And I want to remind everyone, I had the emails about Nestor, who's no longer with us. I want to tell you, Nestor has gone on to do some other things. We really appreciated having him here. He was absolutely wonderful. Our new engineer is Richard, who's absolutely wonderful also. We want to thank Nestor for the year plus of service. He was spectacular. We wish he and his daughter the best. Nestor is a wonderful human being, and I know, of course, that there'll be greater goodness and love and prosperity and happiness that'll come his way because he's a good, happy, wonderful person. And of course, as James Allen would say from the book As a Man Thinketh, So He Is, we attract what we are. So, Your Vibrant Heart by Dr. Cynthia Tyke.